Just in case anyone on your stream doesn't know who I am, I'm Manny Brandon from Manny's Fitness Fortress. I have a YouTube channel where we get into fitness and nutrition, and I was so blessed to meet Mareya. I saw her on the Doctor's TV show, her clip from there, and it's just a great opportunity to mend minds with someone who's very passionate about nutrition. So thanks for having me. And
Thanks, Manny. You got great tips on your YouTube channel too.
yes,
So I love that you're like really into the nutrition side, not just, working out and like getting huge muscles, which you have, but you're actually like, you understand the nutrition behind that and how to stay healthy from a food perspective, which is awesome.
Yes, one of my main goals here is that my followers know, your followers, my subscribers, that not only should you eat organic and get food as clean as you can, but it's also important to properly clean your food to rid it of dirt and bacteria. I said, who better to, talk about that than Mareya? And that's so very important because you got E. coli bacteria, you got dirt, you got things that are left in food that need to be
Yeah.
removed. So
Yeah.
important. And
Yeah, and along with that, I'm just tagging Eat Cleaner because that's our product line. If you guys are not following Eat Cleaner, you should. This is our line of, I don't know if you can see it, the frame's a little small, but our all natural food wash and wipes. We've got a spray, we've got a refill. It comes in a powder form. It comes in an individual powder sachet. And it comes in wipes. So when you're on the road, we're going to be traveling. Well, people are traveling now, but traveling more for spring break and for summer, being able to pack your wipes with you. They come in individual size too. So you can just clean an apple or a pear or whatever, just on the go and grab it. And you don't need to rinse it. So it's a great way to clean without having to use water.
that's great. And a lot of things in my profession, my sport and bodybuilding, a lot of bodybuilders travel to other countries, take flights, and we prep our food.
Yeah.
But another important thing is that would be a great benefit to have like some cleaning agents because they're traveling such a long distance with the food.
Yeah.
So by the time they get
Yep.
to the other country, it's very important and it would be very beneficial to anyone who travels really to have those products along with them.
Well, and my son, I'll give him one because like he's in high school and they don't give them time to go to the bathroom before they eat. It's really awful. So he'll use it to clean his hands because you can use it to clean your hands, your mouth, utensils. Like it's universal. It's not just for food. So you can use this on everything instead of one of those gross chlorine wipes that have nasty smells. So you don't want to do that either.
I've seen some of your product links to the stores that you have your products in. Are those stores all on the West Coast, or are there some Midwest or on the East Coast?
We have some in the Midwest too. We're in a store called Schnucks in the Midwest. We're in HEB. We're in some Whole Food stores, but definitely mostly on the West Coast. But I mean, Amazon, you can get, if you've got Prime, you get it in a day or two.
I've seen that.
And then also on our website at eatcleaner.com, anybody that's buying for the first time gets 20% off when they sign up for our newsletter. And we don't send a lot of stuff. We don't spam you. We don't believe in spam. So you can sign up and get 20% off your first purchase. And that makes a huge difference. But I'll tell you, I teach people how to eat. And the big miss is this part because number one, whether you eat organic or not, our fruits and vegetables are, to be able to feed the masses, they have to be. Even organic produce, they use dozens, if not hundreds of different, quote, organic pesticides. Doesn't mean that they don't use pesticides. It's just those pesticides have been claimed to be organic, but I will tell you a lot of those pesticides are not great for you and they're not great for the environment. So, what happens is when we eat our produce, that accumulates in our body. And those pesticides sit in our fatty tissue, and they're called obesogens because they actually interfere in your ability to lose fat and lose weight. So a lot of people will get, they'll get in kind of stuck, and they're like, I've tried everything. I've done this and I've done that, and I've worked out and I've dieted, but they're
Absolutely.
not losing weight. And you got to look and see what is being sprayed on your food. This is a real thing. You can look it up. We're not fabricating it. Pesticides
Absolutely.
are obesogens. So, we've got to mitigate that risk before we ingest. You can detox after the fact, but why not help in front of the train instead of waiting for it to accumulate in your system?
That's another great point. A lot of people don't realize, actually, research this. There's actually more than 1,000 different types of pesticides and herbicides worldwide. And the one that
Yeah.
we're familiar with, the one of the most popular ones in America is Roundup. And people don't know just how toxic that is. It's very cancer causing, Roundup, and used in landscaping, cropping, everything. It's one of the most deadliest ones. So even with your,
Yeah.
you know, laundry detergent, food and products, try to get, stay away from chemicals as much as you can. I even get I have plant-based dishwasher pods, you know, and
Hmm.
it makes a big difference because all the things that we can control, you need to try to keep as many toxins out of your body. And the thing is, the organic food products are a little more expensive. Single moms and things like that, we're more inclined to just grab stuff off the shelves without reading
Yeah.
labels and things like that. But they're counting on that, so we got to educate ourselves.
Yeah, totally. I'm just saying hi to the people that have joined, just giving you guys a little wave. We appreciate you sitting with us as we just explained this morning on a Monday because, I do. So on Sunday, I did a bunch of meal prep yesterday, but today we're going to wash all my produce. And I wanted to show you, I've got this big basket that
Wow,
I've got for the week. I've got bananas and avocados and my citrus and mango, apples, pears. These are the things that
me
just
too.
make it so easy for us to pull together meals, right? We always need
Uh,
stuff in our smoothies, stuff to snack on, stuff to send the kids off with, just to grab and go. But I included my avocados in here because here's the thing that a lot of people don't realize is even if you're not eating the peel, once you slice through it, if there's listeria or salmonella or E. coli or any pathogenic bacteria on the surface, you're going to transfer it to the inside of the fruit once you slice through it. So even like the mango, even if you're not going to eat the skin, you still need to clean the outside.
uh,
And that is something that a lot of people miss. If you go, and I always tell people this, like you go to a bar and you order a cocktail, make sure you don't like, okay, if you're having it with water, you don't want to stick the lemon slice in there. Cocktail's okay because it'll pretty much kill what's anyways. You still want to be aware of it. But anyways, if you're ordering water or iced tea, I'll see people just kind of dunk the lemon into the drink. Don't do that because
exactly.
9 times out of 10 they have not cleaned the fruit. So it's something to think about at home. And I use the peel a lot. I'll zest. I throw the whole fruit into my smoothies because there's a lot of benefit in the peel. There are a
Uh,
lot of natural oils. There's a lot of nutrient. Even in the banana, I'll clean the whole
uh,
banana, trim the end and the stem off, and cut it in half. And this whole baby goes in. This is nice and ripe now. I'll even let it get a little bit riper. You can eat the banana peel when it's ripe, and it won't be bitter.
that's a great point you brought up about putting a lemon inside the blender or whatever NutriBullet. I did it too. When a lemon, the entire lemon peel, everything, when you put those some cherries in there with that combination is very good for the liver actually. Very good for helping the
Yeah,
liver to produce bile.
yeah.
Yeah.
Lemon is the ultimate detoxifier, you guys. I mean, Well, people talk about detoxing. Like you can detox every day just by adding lemon juice to your water, into your smoothie. I like to like concentrate it, drink it straight with a little ginger during the cold weather months, you know. But there's lots of different ways that you can detox every day. And yeah, lemon is a fat, it breaks down fat. It's amazing.
Got a question now for your, you have specific or certain cleaning products that would be like beneficial for like a purple cabbage, red cabbage, as opposed to an
So
apple. What's the difference between?
here's what I like to do when okay, say for example, I have just, I'm gonna clean an apple and grab my apple. And by the way, even though you might buy fruit in a bag, you need to clean them still. I think sometimes people think just because it's in a bag, it's been pre-washed. Not the case. In fact, I think which one? It actually says wash your fruit. Wash before use. You see right here. So just because it's in the bag doesn't mean that that it's clean. But if you've got one, maybe two pieces of fruit, you're on the go, use the wipes. And this is a biodegradable rayon cloth. And you just literally rub the surface with your thumb. This is kind of the technique. Get in there. And what's good is these apples are not too waxed because you can hear it squeak already. If they're waxed, this will not happen. That you'll have to rub at it a little bit to get the wax off. And here's the thing, about 80% of fruits and vegetables are waxed, and that wax traps pesticide residue underneath. And if you just rinse that with water, that's not going to work. Wax does not come off with water. So if you take a little bit of time, put a little muscle into it, not too much, just get it in there with your thumb, you'll be able to remove all that. And look, just from the top, the core area, you'll see all that dirt came off. I don't know if you can see that, but
Yeah,
a
you
lot
can
of
see.
dirt came off around the stem. You see, that's where a lot of the dirt and residue sits in. And I need to kind of just address this because I've been asked before, like, are you removing the good bacteria? We are removing the pathogenic bacteria that can put you in the hospital and worse. So there is good bacteria for your microbiome, but there is the bacteria that can literally cripple you, paralyze you, and worse. I met a woman, she was working at my son's preschool back when I first started the company, and I was wearing one of my shirts that said, "Think before you bite." And she was like, "What does that mean?" And I said, "Oh, I have this company. We make these products for cleansing your produce." And she started crying. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, what happened?" And she told me the story of her daughter. Her daughter ate at a restaurant, and she ate food that was cross-contaminated. She ended up becoming paralyzed from the waist down. She was a track star. She was mid-20s, super healthy. So my point is, it can happen to anybody just because you're in good shape, just because you're healthy. And I'm not trying to like scare you into not eating fruits and vegetables. That's not the point. But the point is, you got to think before you bite, because you can't just trust, like, how many people have touched this apple before I did, right? How many people have like squeezed your avocados before you have, especially now in this climate where we're so hyper aware of like what bacteria and disease and viruses can do. You've got to be careful. So you can use, just like one or two pieces of fruit. One wipe will clean 3 to 4 pieces. You just keep using it until it's not, doesn't have any moisture in it left. But if you were to do multiple pieces, like say, for example, I want to do all these bananas, right? So I'm not going to sit here and wipe each banana. I would use our spray, and I like to take a strainer basket like this, and I'll just spray the surface, and you let it sit for 2 minutes. Just make sure all the sides are gotten sprayed. You let it sit for 2 minutes, and then you give it a quick rinse. And you can use this, I mean, you can use a spray on everything. You can use it on apples, pears, bananas, lettuce, beets, your cabbage. But I would use the spray if you're just doing a few pieces, because you don't want to sit there and spray like all your haul. You know what I mean?
Right.
If I've got like 10 things that I've picked up at the market or the farmer's market, I'm going to show you how to do like it efficiently for a big haul. So that's a few pieces. What I do for a big haul, and I'm going to go fill my water tray real quick. But for a big haul, sorry you guys, I'm going to fill a water tray, and I like to do like a dedicated tray versus using the sink unless I've sterilized the sink. But you can use your sink. Just make sure you've sterilized it. You've gotten it super clean, because your sink is the dirtiest place in your house. Dirtier than the toilet, if you can believe it, from all the residue of your food. So you're going to fill your tub, and then you're going to use the powder. The powder we formulated for meal preppers like us. This is for the athletes out there, the people that are juicing regularly, the people that, you know, when the celery juice craze got crazy, like people were, this was like
I drink
in
that.
everybody's sink.
I still drink that.
And so you just put the powder in to your tub and mix that. Just gonna get my whisk here. And then you can do, it's kind of like doing loads of wash. You just wash everything in your tub. And you just throw it all in. You can throw it all in at the same time. So I'm going to show you what I'm doing here. Back up a little bit. So now I can throw in all my pears. And you can do up to 3 loads with one prep sink. I don't know if you can see me. I'm going to just move it down a little bit.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's good, right?
Yeah. So you can fill, I could fill this more, a little more water here, but you just throw everything in and then you do it in loads, right? So I've got, I mean, just in this little tub, I'm able to do all this instead of sitting there and spraying everything. So you can just, like I said, you can do this in your sink. Just make sure it's sterilized first. And you're going to let it sit in the tub for just 1 minute. With the spray, you leave it on for 2. In the tub, you do 1. You could leave it in longer, but you don't have to. And then after it's sat for 1 minute, you remove all the produce and you give it a quick rinse, and then you can come back and wash more. But the point is that this is getting under the surface of the wax. It's removing the pesticide residue. We've done numerous third-party lab studies, and every time it removes over 99%. With bacteria, it's removed up to 99.99%. And you just can't get that with water. Like, water is not a cleaner, you know what I mean? Water on its own is not really, that's not what it's made for. So
Now, is there
so that's it. That's how easy it is. Now, once I clean it all, Manny, I take it out of the solution and I let it just, you know, I rinse it and I let it air dry before I put it in the fridge. You want to let things like strawberries, raspberries, lettuce, anything that's super porous, you want to let air dry first, because if you stick it back in the refrigerator, it could get moldy and soggy. So I just lay out a drying mat and put everything on the mat and let it air dry before I seal it up. And just put it in glass containers in your fridge. You can put a little paper towel underneath just to absorb the extra water. And it's so easy. That way you've got everything in your fridge and you can actually see what you have, instead of it sitting in a bag and it going bad, you know, in the bottom of your crisper.
great? Now, as far as meats, poultry, seafood, all these very same products, or do you have different ones?
Yeah, we actually, let me show you what we've got. We've got an actual seafood and poultry wash. This is amazing for especially for chicken and for shellfish. You know, you've got it can be really pretty stinky, and there's a lot of bacteria that comes out of the ocean. So, although I'm a huge proponent of wild caught, you still need to wash it. So, with this, with shellfish, I like to spray it on, let it sit for a couple minutes, rinse it, and then reapply it. And then you don't have to rinse it again, just to kind of help with the smell. With chicken, this helps to tenderize the chicken. It will cook so much faster. It cooks without that stinky smell. And it makes a big difference in the flavor of your meat. So I love this product. This one doesn't demonstrate quite as well as our fruit and vegetable wash, but I have to tell you, this is a miracle when it comes to getting rid of the stink and that slime that tends to show up on chicken. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, exactly. Yep. Certain things you just can't remove with water. So you covered
Yeah.
the sprays for fruits, vegetables, produce, meats. Uh, any last remarks or for my subscribers? Just reiterate all the links where you can be reached in your websites.
Yeah, so we are at eatcleaner.com for our products. You can also check out our Instagram at eatcleaner. I'm the founder. I'm also a content creator, so everything from cooking videos to lifestyle hacks to better for you beauty products. I just posted a reel on better for you wine. A lot of people don't realize like wine is all those grapes are highly, highly sprayed, right? They're using fungicides and they're using pesticides, and there are better for you options out there. So make sure you check that out, because what you drink, if you eat clean, is also very important. I see a lot of people, they'll eat really well, but then they're just drinking crap stuff, and that just sort of defeats the purpose.
Uh,
So that's really important. And I know for you, for our followers, you're just like a master of exercise videos, especially, but you also do nutrition videos. What you got there?
Barefoot blueberry wine.
Oh,
It's
is
like
it
my,
organic?
I'm not sure, but it's very delicious. It's very delicious. This was a gift for my girlfriend, but this is very delicious. So,
Yeah, you got to check out these dry farm wines. They're organically grown, family farms, no sugar, low in
uh,
sulfites. Like I can drink them and not wake up with a headache. And
uh,
for some reason, have become very, very sensitive to wine, especially red wine, because they tend to be higher in sulfites to preserve the color. For a lot of people out there that have sensitivities to sulfites, this is kind of a game changer where you can drink a glass and not feel like the next day you've been hit by a truck.
right.
So, how about, can you share a little bit, Manny, about what your focus is? Because I know you reached out to me because you felt like the content was, kind of synergistic with what you do, but share a little bit about what you do.
Yeah, so I'm an accomplished, still active competitive bodybuilder and a completely natural. I've always been natural. And bodybuilding is the most uh, reliant and dependent sport in the world from nutrition. Your nutrition is can make or break you in this sports. Yeah, you can eat a cheeseburger as a basketball star and still hit a slam dunk, but you got to eat a certain way as a bodybuilder, because the food that you literally eat manifests itself in your body literally hours later. Whether your skin is tight, you got adipose tissue, the water you hold, salt retention, sodium, all that stuff. So, and also I was very passionate because when my mother was diagnosed with cancer, and she passed away from that. So I was very passionate about nutrition and how food, herbs can heal the body. So
Yeah.
Anybody that's involved in any type of physical activity or sport, whether it's golf, basketball, football, bodybuilding, powerlifting, CrossFit, you need food for optimal athletic performance.
Yeah.
Beets are super muscle recovery and recovery food. There's super pre-workout drink. Um, you know, ginger, garlic, things like that are really good for your blood. Beets increase the nitric oxide levels in your blood. It's food is your medicine. And that's what my mission, that's what my mantra is on my YouTube channel at Mandy's Fitness Fortress. All of my food videos, food is your medicine. Whether I'm doing a smoothie video
Mhm.
with my NutriBullet, you know, I'm chopping up bell peppers and putting them in my omelets. Food is my. I've had various doctors, as we age, and say, look, you got to watch out for this, you got to watch out for that. Take this medicine. You can literally research any food, and find a cure or a treatment for any ailment in the body. And that's the thing we have to come to grips with. We can't just rely on. You have to be your own self-care expert these days. Nutrition
You
is
do. I mean, you really do have to be your own advocate, because the truth is, if you are going to a regular doctor, the first thing they're going to do is talk to you about medication.
yes,
And that's just what they're trained to do. I mean, they in the whole doctorate, or getting your MD, in that whole education process, they take one nutrition class.
absolutely.
So unless you're going to a naturopathic doctor or somebody that specializes in nutrition, that's really not where you're going to get your answer. So you do need to be your own advocate about what you're doing. And I would add to that don't fall into the trap of just following a diet or excluding things from your diet because your friend does it, or you heard about it on social media, or it's kind of the new craze, because there's a lot of diets out there that don't work for people.
Nope.
If you're a bodybuilder and you're not eating meat, you're going to really, really need to be very, very vigilant about what you're eating. I just will leave it at that, because I think there's a lot of controversy about, what you should and shouldn't include. But the point is, everybody is different, and you can get your nutrition from different places, but you have to be intentional about it. You can't just be an eater. You have to think about where those sources are coming from, how you're combining them, and how much of them you're eating.
Exactly. Shout out to Dr. Gabrielle Lyon. I think Lyon, Dr. Gabrielle Lyon. She's a functional doctor. She specializes and is passionate about protein and nutrition, and treats her patients with functional medicine. So any of you guys listening, check her out, check her content out as well. I think it complements our lifestyles as well. So I want to thank you for having me
Can I
on.
can I add one thing?
Yes.
Today is the last day of February, and March is National Nutrition Month.
Wow.
So there couldn't be a better time for us to be talking about the importance of nutrition. And we're launching a new nutrition and lifestyle coaching program. I'm going to be posting about that today, so make sure you guys check it out. I think, again, like, people get stuck in the weeds a little bit and get confused about what to do. And nutrition is part of what makes you a healthy person, but there's so much more. There's the physical side, the fitness side, there's the spiritual side, there's the
Absolutely.
emotional well-being side, and a lot of that gets forgotten. Even your sleep habits. I've been wrecked lately because my body's going through hormonal changes. I'm at that age right now. Like, shoot, it's happening. And, like, I have to be vigilant about my sleep time routine so that I can get a good night's sleep, or else I wake up wrecked. I can't function. So, we've got to, like, give our body, this idea of, like, party, sleep, you can sleep when you're dead. Well, if you don't sleep, you will accelerate that process a lot faster. So
Absolutely.
we're going to dive into that and every week cover
Mm.
off on a different aspect of health in this live coaching program. And, you know, I never thought I would coach live, but I just get asked so many questions, and I'm like, we've got to just kind of help people in all aspects of their health. So I'm really excited about that, and hopefully it will help a lot of people.
That's awesome. Also, all of you can this video. Those of you who missed the first half of it or any of it will be uploaded to my YouTube channel, Manny's Fitness Fortress, and I'm also here on Instagram with Manny's Fitness Fortress. Also on TikTok at Manny's Fitness Fortress, and I'm doing a lot of collabs, women's workouts, guys. A lot of health-related content on YouTube. So make sure and follow me there. And I want to thank Mareya again for having me, taking the time out of her busy, busy schedule. And guys, just tune in. We're going to do this again sometime soon. And any of you who want to reach out to her, just I will be posting all of her links down in the description section of my YouTube video. And once again, thank you. Any last words before we get out of here?
No, I think we've given everybody some good food for thought to start the day and the last day of February. Just remember, it's either today or never.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
no tomorrow is not guaranteed. So today is the day. Today's the day that you get to make a decision and say, I'm going to own my health as much as I possibly can. And it starts with leaning in to people like Manny and hopefully following us and just, you know, making those better decisions. It's not about perfection. It's just about the ER, the better, the cleaner, you know, the
Absolutely.
happier.
Absolutely. All right. Well, all you guys are listening. I want to thank all of Maria's followers, all of my YouTubers that joined in. We'll see you guys soon on our individual platforms. Till next time, have a good one.
Bye.
All right.